is 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. I'm at Hovet, one of the most iconic sports venues in Stockholm. I have set up my temporary office. I have my accreditation around my neck. The arena is still empty, but in a few hours, this arena will be jam-packed with thousands of fans experiencing a national team basketball game unlike any other. It will be highlights, emotions, and everything in between. And for the next 6, 7, 8 hours, this arena becomes my office. In this gameplay breakdown, I'm gonna talk about being back on site with the Swedish national teams and following the men's national team during the latest FIBA World Cup Qualifiers window. In 2 big games where I was back on the sidelines, creating content and working together with content creators and seeing Sweden qualify for the next round. And share all my feelings and lessons and thoughts about being back on the sidelines after working a few years remote and just overall being back in a familiar setting. Before we start, a quick note on what the Gameplan Breakdown is. These are short solo episodes where I break down a specific topic within sports content based on my own experiences in the industry. No guest, no fluff. Just practical insights, real examples, and lessons you can actually apply. Whether you're working with a team, a league, a brand, or building your own platform. So, let's get into today's breakdown. As I mentioned, this was my first event back on site with the Swedish national teams since 2022. I've had the pleasure of working with the Swedish Basketball Federation for 9 years now. In the first 5 years, I was working as an employee and was traveling all over Europe with the senior national teams, both the men's and the women's. So I was going to all the qualification games, following the teams on site for all the preparations, the games, and everything in between. For the past 4 years, I've been working remote, still handling all the social media channels and still handling all the live game stuff. But I was doing it remote from my home, either in Europe or in Philippines or anywhere else where I was going to be during the games. During these past 4 years, I still have done a lot of live events on site for FIBA mostly. So I've been doing the FIBA World Cup, the FIBA Eurobaskets, and other live events. But this was my first time back with the Swedish national teams, which means a little bit extra for me. I really enjoyed it and it was so much fun being back at Hovet for the first time also. The last game I worked on site was at Hovet also in August 2022. So almost 4 years later, I was back. So it was really fun. And already just the setting shows how the social media landscape or my role or just this industry have moved forward since just 4 years ago. My first 5 years working with the federation, I was the one from communications going to all the events and all the games. I was the one creating the content. I was the one doing video. I was the one shooting all these stuff, doing the graphics, everything surrounding the games. Today, we have a whole crew of content creators working the games. We have photographers, videographers, and I'm the one managing the social media channels and all the content we put out. And this really showcases how the expectations for content has evolved and how much people expect to see on social media and how fast people want to consume the content. Because now we have to have all these positions. We have to create so much content during the games and post both live but also directly after the games. We have to post all the coming days after the game. So this really showcases how the social media landscape has leveled up and how much people actually expect us to put out quality content all the time, 24/7. What was also really fun about this week back with the national team was that I was able to do both. So for the first game home in Sweden, I was working more in the managing position. I was the one getting all the content back from our creators, and I was posting the photos, the videos to our channels, as I was also helping out shooting mobile video and mobile content straight from the games to our stories or to our feed together with our content creators. And then for the away game, the men's national team, I traveled with the team, and during the away game I was the one on the sidelines back shooting the video, taking the photos, and also publishing it live during the games and after. So it was really fun to get back and also do a mix of both. So it was fun to really get my hands on the camera again and just create and shoot and just have fun with it again. And being back working on site, there was a few things that stayed with me after the week as I recovered, because we all know it is a grind to work live sports events. But there was a few things that really stayed with me that I like to share in this episode. The first one is preparation is key. And this is something I have learned through all of my career, and I have learned to really sharpen this during live events, both international for FIBA and the Eurobaskets or World Cups, and also with the Swedish national teams working those games. That preparation is key. And what does that mean? For me, it means that I want to be able to just focus on the game during the game. Really just be able to find any moments that happen, don't miss any highlights or the other things that are happening around the game. So I can really focus on the game during the game. So that means that all the static posts, the graphics, the things that can be planned and prepared and scheduled beforehand, that is what I'm doing beforehand. We're talking game day posts, score graphics, quarter results, starting five, all these things that I know I need to post during the day or during the game. I need to prepare those with the right opponents, with the right date, or with the right information. So I have all these things ready. The things I can schedule before the game, I do. So I just can post them directly to our feeds during the day before the game. And the things that are during the game, like the quarter scores, I prepare my templates. And then it takes 1-2 minutes to just change the score, download it, and post it to our Instagram channels. And the same with the after game final score graphics. I prepare everything before, and then during the third, fourth quarter, I try to start to write the caption. And then as soon as the game ends, of course, I have to get a few minutes on the court, capturing mobile content or video content from the celebrations this time with the team when they were celebrating the wins. And then after a few minutes there, I head back to my computer, fix the final score graphic, and post it directly to our channel. So that is the first thing that goes out after the games. And then I can start going through all these photos, all the videos from our creators or myself, and start, posting these also. So preparation is key, and that is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my career in the sports creative industry. And of course, the same thing applies to the technical stuff. So charge your batteries, charge your phone, charge your computer, charge anything you might need, because you'd never know if you have time to charge it during the game. So make sure you have that, and that you have enough space on your phone also. That is so important. Content-wise, one of my biggest lessons is that being near live is one of the biggest deciding factors for how your content will perform. Depending on the game or the situation, being near live will get you more engagement. The content will be exposed to a lot more people, more likes, more views, everything. So that's why, for me, during game days, after the game especially, it's locked in time. You lock in, you just push out all the content you can, especially if there's a win, if there's a big win, if there's a deciding win for the team that you are covering. Anything goes. All the content you have, photos, videos, carousels, stories, mobile content, just post everything you can, because that content will perform so much better being as near live as possible. More stuff will go viral, more stuff will find more people because it is such a big moment and more people are tuned in and more people are experiencing the game together with you, maybe through TV or on site in the arena. So they will also engage more, which will lead to more people seeing your content online, and you can reach a lot more people. And I have seen this over and over again through all the events I have worked. So during the game, after the game, and the day after the game, if you can get as much posted content as possible out, you're going to see better numbers. And that is also why live events is such a grind, because knowing these things, you have to lock in, you just have to do the work, you have to get it done. It's gonna be a 2 a.m., 3 a.m. night or evening or morning, but you have to get the content done, because you also have to prepare maybe for the next day what you're gonna have to post. You can post a few things directly after the game, then get back to your hotel room, post a few more stuff, and then prepare for the next day what you're gonna post in the morning when people wake up and still are excited from the game last night. So working these events or these weeks are a grind. And I know a lot of people working in sports know this already, but it's just a reminder when I was back on site how much of a grind it is. My whoop showcased my recovery and my sleep hours as in the red zone after these days. But it was so worth it, because working these events, it's kind of like when you played basketball yourself or you played the games yourself as a player. You feel the adrenaline, it's game time, you focus up, you lock in, you create faster, you create better, you create more creatively. Everything is elevated. So working these games is also one of the most fun things I know working in sports creative field. But my lasting impression from this week being back with the men's national team on site is all the people there and all the relationships you have with people there during these days on site. Getting to meet the players and the staff again, all your colleagues and co-workers from the federation, all the content creators, the videographers, the photographers on the courtside seats, saying hi to everyone again, even all the fans and people you know in the basketball community, seeing them live at the arena. They are going to the game, excited. So there are so many people that you see again, especially for me being back at Hovet for the first time in 4 years. You know, having these relationships in work, remotely, online, in the emails, but seeing them again, hugging them, talking to them, getting to talk to them about their life, about their work and everything they do, and just feeling the love back also. It was really nice. I really felt it in my heart. People were happy to see me. I were happy to see them. Just talking about basketball, talking about work, life, and everything in between. So that was really the biggest thing for me, thinking back on this week. Just like Jared Kleinstein said at his keynote intro at the Gondola Sports Summit, that the sports creative industry and the sports industry overall is a people's business. It's the people, the relationships, and all these things that really meant something, and these are the things that really stays with you. That seeing someone you haven't seen for a long time, talking to them, feeling the love, feeling the happiness overall, just being there, the excitement for the games, all the creators, the creatives that I know and that I follow online, seeing them in the flesh, talking to them. It was amazing to be back in this environment, and I really appreciated it a lot. All the people that came up to me and all the people that I got to say hi to again. So that was really the best thing about this week, being back on the sidelines. And if we would get down to the details, I will do another breakdown in the future, detailing my workflow during an event or during remote event working and everything in this space. So I will go through all the tools, the things I use to be fast and edit fast and publish fast. So my workflow will be the topic of another game plan breakdown. But regarding the content from this week, the one thing I want to add as a tip or a general play that you can add to your game plan is sometimes the best content happens not on the court. So the best content happens outside of the 4 lines that the players are playing, because there's going to be all the fans in the arena are watching the game, the other content creators are watching the game, the highlights, the TV broadcast is watching the game, everyone shoots the game, everyone watches the game. But there are so many more moments or stories or just so many fun content that is being created or being shown around the game. If you can get access to the locker rooms, the excitement, the build-up, the adrenaline rush before the game, seeing the players get ready for the games, the fans waiting for the players to come out, getting their autograph, the kids finally getting their autographs from their favorite players, selfies with their favorite players, seeing their joy, seeing their happiness, even long before the game. The empty arena, start to creating that story of building up to the event, building the hype. All the fans in the arena go around in the corridors, meet all the fans, seeing how excited they are. So if you can take one play from this game plan breakdown, it will be that at your next event, take 15 minutes and ignore the game itself, and try to look for the moments around it. So the fans, the volunteers, the quiet conversations, the emotions before tip-off, because those are the stories that people will remember. The highlights will be posted and published everywhere, but how can you find the connection between the players, the fans, the emotions of winning a game, the fans' eruption when the big play happens? So try to spend 15 minutes just ignoring the game, because I think this will also elevate your content. Because as content creators go, the same as all the people in the stands, they will watch the game. A lot of creators will focus on the game. But how can you stand out and how can you do something extra, creating emotions, creating a story by ignoring the game? So at your next live event, try to take 10-15 minutes to ignore the game and find content or find the stories in other places. So if I would summarize this breakdown of covering live events in sports, it would be preparation is key. Near live will get you high performing content. Protect your energy, but also lock in and do the work. 4, don't chase every moment. Try to look for the meaningful ones. And lastly, 5, the relationships is what lasts more than just the content. Thank you for tuning in to this game plan breakdown. I look forward to seeing you again for the next episode of the Sports Content Game Plan. Catch you then.